All right, guys. We are back for another Dokkan battle video. And of course, in today's video, we're going to hopefully not overload my encoder because my PC is a piece of garbage. But we're going to be taking a look at the brand new Dokkan Fest Seru. Perfecto Seru. Mr. Do you think a barrier would work himself? Although, ironically, he actually doesn't have the barrier move. So as you can see, there's a couple of things going on. So first, let's ease ourselves into it here. Android 18. So she's Fizz. Leader scale doesn't matter. You're not using her for a lead, ever. Maybe in Battlefield, but you know. So, as you can see, she greatly raises for one turn, so she's not going to be good for Festival of Battles. It happens. Okay, not every unit this year will be a banger. For that particular event, rather. But she gets 180% attack in defense, turn start. Then she has my genuine reaction here. Launches an additional attack that has a high chance of becoming a super attack. Dokkan moment. She's a key sphere changer. Randomly changes key spheres of a certain type to rainbow key spheres. Quite nice. All allies key +2 and 30% attack and defense. So she's rainbow support. And then tournament participants category allies get attack, defense, and chance of performing a critical hit plus 18%. So of course this would be add on to her thing. So collectively she's giving tournament participants allies 48% attack and defense, 2 key, and then 18% crit chance. Then when she's performing a super, or rather when she's attacking with 12 or more key, she gets another 180% attack and defense. Then when there are 3 or more tournament participant category allies on the team, you get a high chance of performing a critical hit, and my genuine reaction launches an additional attack that has a high chance of becoming a super attack. As second or third attacker in the turn, great chance of evading enemies attack. I believe this is a 70% chance. So with no other defensive mechanic besides dodge, she's a slot 3 merchant, right? Floating support unit, and I mean that's fine. That's fine. You know, nothing crazy there. You see her links there. Android Assault, Battlefield Diva, Brainiacs is definitely an interesting one. Twin Terrors, right? Shocking Speed, Infinite Energy, Fierce Battle. You have World Tournament, Peppy Gals, Boo Saga 18 is actually quite interesting. Like this comment says, Boo Saga 18? You couldn't have done one from the arc that the Dokkan Fest is from? I don't know. I mean, maybe they'll easy A tech androids and it won't really matter. Which is what I hope. I hope they easy either tech androids or AGL cell, or maybe both. I don't know. Could they do both? I don't know. Tournament participants, androids naturally, siblings bond, of course, worthy rivals, and battle of wits. And again, there's the super tag effect. Greatly raises attack and defense for one turn. Causes supreme damage to the end. Oh, she has a stun chance. So hopefully the new stages that are coming out aren't immune to stun. Because if they are, that makes her part of the super attack effect useless. But yeah. You dodge W Florida unit. I say while being able to take normals, why not Android 17? It's been a while. I'm really hoping that our next Android 17 unit is like a dual Dokkan Fest with Piccolo from his Piccolo fight. His fight with Piccolo, his Piccolo fight, yeah. I'm hoping it's one of those because, yeah, like I said, it's been a while since we had the 17 at all in a unit. I think the last new, like truly new Android 17 unit was the STR Super 17 from 2023. And we remember how good that unit was. And then of course we've had Easy A's like the Easy A Team Universe 7 dominant unit for the time, right? But you know, he's not standalone 17. So anyways, let's move on to the real meat and potatoes, the perfect cell here, or rather the cell perfect form, which is different from perfect cell because this is before he resurrects, right, and does the solar Kamehameha against Gohan. He just has a regular Kamehameha, as you can see here. So you already tell he's a domain. He greatly raises for one turn, so again, Festival of Battles will not be his best friend, but as his comment says, he'll be pretty good for every fight that isn't that one. So here's the lead. Tournament participants or worldwide chaos is the 170 is the 200%/170, and then the 220 is additional to the androids or accelerated battle. So again, of course, 18 will be on his 220. Other notable units that will be on his 220. I mean, Tech UI, is Tech UI saved? Let me know, boys. Is Tech UI saved? Obviously, you have other cells. You have the AGL cell, the Dokkan Fest AGL cell, the one that came out with the Goku Gohan exchange unit. Those two are actually both on the 220. Demon King Piccolo, the one that we just got, he's also on the 220. So that's another buff for Demon King Piccolo, actually, because Demon King Piccolo wants extreme class allies or demonic power. Of course, Cell is extreme class. I think is 18. I think 18 is from the Buu Saga, so I think she's super class. So unfortunately, there might be a little slight conflict there. The Goku Frieza from 10th anniversary is on the category. You got a couple of Goku Blacks on there. Of course, the Tech Androids are on there. AGL UI is on there. The STR second form Cell, maybe he could get... Actually, wasn't he the banner unit for AGL Cell? I was like, well, when he gets an EZA, he'll be a great buff to this team. The Prime Battle LR Cell, the Fizz LR Cell, the Int LR Cell. Again, the units that you expect to be on the 220. STR Kid Buu, again, Goku Blacks, Demon King Piccolos. I'm just having the lists open in front of me. As I see hit, interestingly, all the hit units are on the 220. Of course, the Super EZA Tech Perfect Cell is on here. And if I remember correctly, that guy actually is, I believe he is named Perfect Cell, not Cell Perfect Form. Hold on, let me see. Tech Perfect Cell. Let me Google real quick. Tech Perfect Cell. Yeah, surpassing all Perfect Cell. So yeah, he will actually have a different name compared to this one. So they will indeed link. So, maybe that guy can be your slot 1, depending on how it is. He can be your slot 1. This guy will be your slot 2. And the reason why I say he's your slot 2, well, let's take a look at the kit. Okay, he'll be a slot 2 for a while. So, as you can see here, he has a high chance to perform a critical hit with his intro up. So, his intro is tournament persistent category enemy, or if you have a tournament persistent category ally. So, again, you have the Tech Cell, maybe Kid Buu, Kid Buu is not a tournament participant. Not Kid Buu. Demon King Piccolo, right? You have him. If we get a new hit soon, please, Dokkan, please, can we get a hit soon? That would fulfill the condition. And remember, hit is also an extreme class unit, so he wouldn't hamper Demon King Piccolo. Right? Again, if we get an SEZA for any of these other older cell units, like the Int Cell, the Fizz Cell, EZA for the AGL Cell. I think, yeah, he's on the... is he on Tournament Participants? I know he's on Worldwide Chaos, but I don't think he's on Tournament Participants because he's a first form cell. Right? Interesting. But, yeah, so the Perfect Cells are on there. The Cell Perfect Forms are on there. Maybe if you get an EZA for the original Dokkan Fest cell... Who, need I remind you, I believe that Perfect Cell, that OG one, he stacks, right? The one from the 100% meta, the 100% type meta. Does he stack? Yeah, he does infinitely stack, right? So, maybe if he's super EZA, that could be a big buff. So he gets a crit chance. He actually launches an additional super attack and creates a domain for 5 turns. We'll take a look at what the domain does in a minute. So 5 turns is not bad. Again, not good for Festival of Battles. And since he doesn't stack, right? But so that's not the only event in the game, right? There'll be other stages. He'll be good for pretty much every other fight. So 200%, right, to stats, 20% damage reduction, and my genuine reaction. Then he gets, if there is a tournament persistent category enemy, so I'm assuming he'll get that procced in the stages here. the newest, whatever new stages are coming out. He gets 50% attack and defense. Then when attacking with 12 or more ki, he gets 50%, 150% attack. Then for every attack, not super, for every attack, so this procs on normals as well, he gets 30% defense, which caps at 150. Then when his character is KO'd, yes, he has a revive. He revives with full HP. Then, here's the juicy part, like a la in Broly, right? This is the juicy part. After he revives, he gets 30% damage reduction when receiving a super, right? Then after he revives, he gets a permanent 15% damage, period, and permanent guard. So, reminder, again, this stacks with his current. So he'll have, after reviving, he'll have 35% damage reduction, guard, right? Then another 30%, so that's 65% damage reduction for the super attacks. He'll have this built up, right? And if you get unlucky, you might even still have his domain up, right? So once, like, I think he'll be, oh, and that's not mentioning his active skill. When 70% or less, and this, by the way, this doesn't, unlike Kid Goku, this doesn't heal him, so you can pop the active skill without worrying about, oh, well, what if I want to get the revive? Do I have to juggle with the active? No, you can still pop it, and you get 2 ki, which is nice, and 35% attack and defense permanently, right? In addition to this, in addition to this, in addition to this, in addition to the guard, in addition to the, right? In addition to his great rays, in addition to his additionals. So his links are typical of what you expect of a Cell unit. You have your actually good links like Kamehameha, Big Bad Balls, this shocking speed first battle. Then you have your pretty much Cell exclusive links, Ultimate Life Form, Messenger from the Future, which I think he'll share with his Prime Battle counterpart, as well as his AGL First Form Dokkan Fest counterpart, Gentleman. And a plethora of categories here. We're looking at androids, accelerated battle, tournament participants, worldwide chaos, transformation moves, time travelers, artificial life forms. Big buff there, by the way. Kamehameha doesn't need it. Android Cell Saga, yes sir. Target Goku needed it. Power absorption. Power absorption has mostly turned into demonic power with Glorio leading anyway, so yeah, I say sworn enemies. Yeah, powerful comeback. Sure, why not? A powerful buff to him, right? Then yeah, no super attack effect. It is a beam super, and causes immense damage to enemies. So I wanted to take a look at the domain here. So the domain, the Cell Games Arena. So he gets 15% attack and defense for tournament participating category allies. Then, if you are part of the Androids or Saga category enemies and allies, you get an additional 15%. So obviously, him being a buff, being a part of both of these, he'll get the full 30% buff there, which is kind of crazy. By the way, Android 18 will receive this full buff, by the way, because she's on Androids and as well as she's on tournament participants. She'll receive that full buff as well. So I'm thinking he's pretty good, Chad. He's pretty good. Like I said, I don't think I have to see stats, but I don't think turn 1, slot 1, he'll be a particularly good slot 1. I don't think so. If there's only a couple of attacks, maybe 1 or 2 attacks, he'll be fine. But as far as slot 1 performance turn 1, I don't think he'll be good. Especially with his revive, he'll be fine. But without his revive, even with the domain buffs, I'm not too sure about his slot 1 capabilities. I really do think that the team needs a slot 1. So here's your slot 2. Here's your slot 3. Right? Where's your slot 1? Like with Kid Goku, and like Chi-Chi was very clearly, okay, it's not gonna show. I have to scroll too far. With Chi-Chi, she was very clearly a slot 2, but she could function as a slot 1 with her dodge and her guard in a pinch. Right, provided you got a Goku in rotation. Obviously, Kid Goku himself was a pretty decent slot 1. I would say a good slot 1, especially on turn 2 and beyond, right? Or turn 3 and beyond. Right? And then, of course, then you had... So your Kid Goku was your slot 1, Chi-Chi was your slot 2, and then Path to Power Goku was your slot 3. So we have our slot 2 and our slot 3 that supports. Where's our slot 1? I'm hoping that whatever EZA we get, whether it be a regular EZA or a super EZA, because I don't think, unless you get a lot of orbs with Tech Cell, I don't really think he'll be able to function as a slot 1 if the events keep getting difficult. Again, this is ignoring Festival of Battles because you won't run either of these two in there. But yeah, that is gonna do it for us this time, right? I think I'm feeling positive about the unit. I think he's good. Again, in assuming that we get a decent slot 1, right, to hold it down even for just one turn. If we can hold it down for even just one turn, I think we'll be good. So that's gonna do it for us this time. If you liked the video, please be sure to leave a like, comment, and subscribe. And when you do subscribe, please be sure to hit that bell icon. Whew, my name is Luna the Programmer, also known, as you see on Twitter, as Luna the Weeaboo. Please be sure to follow me. Okay. I have all my socials linked in the description. So that's gonna do it for us this time, and I will catch you guys in that next one. Peace.